Welcome to my parlor. Welcome, traveler, to the Hidden Corner Finds. I am Joanne, and this is my humble store. Pull up a chair, stay a while, make yourself at home. What? Oh, you want to know what I'm selling? Everything and anything. In short, I have a passion for. Ugh, why did it just bleep me? All I said was, I have a passion for picking, I said. Yeesh. You can't say anything on YouTube these days without this censorship. Anyways, as I was saying, I have a passion for picking. For me, there is nothing more satisfying than finding a unique and forgotten item and uniting it with someone who will really appreciate it for years to come. Whether it's a soapstone carving, an old book, or simply a mug to make you laugh, I try and find something for everyone. My goal is to make you a confident buyer. Older items often have a lifetime of stories to tell. I strive to describe the good as well as the bumps and bruises they've experienced along the way. It's important that the pictures reflect what you will receive. To that end, I always encourage questions and will do my best to respond as quick as possible. Appreciate you stopping by the store. If you can't find what you're looking for, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm always looking for new ideas and will keep an eye out for your item in my travels.
Honey, what the happened to my action figure collection?
Whoops, gotta go. Bye.
And hello and welcome back to Toy Thursday with Johnny Tiger on Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. We're here to celebrate World Turtle Day. By the way, turtles are some of the favorite animals of kittens, so this is a special day indeed. And we're opening the show with Coral and Reef, my two Zuru Robo turtles. You can see them, at least I hope you guys can see them, swimming around in the little pool there. And they have been keeping Aslan, our kitty cat, Aslan, say hi, uh, entertained. These are great fun turtles. They Zuru Robo Alive also sell fish as well, so you can have fish that swim around. Maybe sometimes in the future I'll pick up a couple of fish to be friends with these turtles. Um, they do require a bit of maintenance. Every so often, got to change their battery. Um, Initially, I was thinking, well, crap, that's kind of lame that you have to keep spending money on battery. But then I thought, well, you get real turtles, you have to spend money on buying turtle food and stuff like that anyway. So in the end, I think these are actually more cost effective. Yeah, they'll never grow up, but you know, you won't have to take them to the vet or stuff like that either. It's kind of cool to have them swimming around. It's great for kids and pets. Good, fun, low budget entertainment, and they're pretty cute. Um, they do tend to have the tendency to butt up against the side of the pool and get stuck uh, in the corner. So if you have a circular pool, that is better. By the way, one of the ways to celebrate World Turtle Day, which has been going on since the year 2000 and was founded by the American Tortoise Rescue. One of the greatest way is to stop the buying and selling of turtles in pet shops. Because a lot of time people do not take proper care of their turtles. So when the turtles get big or when people get tired of them, they let them go in the park or in the pond. And even though they're cute and all that, and they may survive, your turtles may actually become an invasive species in the environment. They can be pretty detrimental to areas that they're not supposed to be. So the best way to appreciate turtle is to stop buying them and then throwing them out when you get tired of them, right? Um, Turtles are some of the coolest animals. Tortoises, turtles. They are some of the longest living animals. Some tortoises can live up to 200 years old, and they have been on this earth for, as far as I know, 260 million years, something like that. It's really crazy. Like they are some of the oldest living creatures on this earth. And you know what? Even to this day, uh, scientists and biologists uh, and anthropologists, they still don't know for sure how turtles first evolved. Like how is it that some animals evolved to be turtles, and what did they look like before they looked like turtles? It's still a really big secret, a really big mystery in the scientific circle. So yeah, these are some really cool animals. I have had turtles as pets ever as far back as when I was 8 years old, 7 years old. As a child, I had many turtles when I was a child, and they did make pretty interesting pets. Some of them, anyway. Some of them have nasty tempers and can bite the crap out of you if you're not careful. But most of them were very nice, friendly little animals. So since we're celebrating International or World Turtle Day, we're going to say goodbye to Coral and Reef, and we're going to go look at our action figure of the day, and it's going to be my favorite turtle of all time. This mean looking turtle's name is Slash, and he should be a pretty familiar figure because we looked at a different version of him not too long ago when I came back from California and I brought back the version made by Super 7. Now, most of you that have been following my channel know that I usually avoid getting two figures representing the same character. Uh, Mostly just because it's awkward to display them, and with space always being an issue, I don't want multiple copies of a character, even if they might be different outfits, because when you're doing a battle diorama or a battle scene, having one Leonardo is fine. When you have two Leonardos, even though one might be in samurai outfit, well, crap, now you need a completely different shelf for him. So I try to avoid getting two figures or multiple figures of the same character. But in this case, I did come home with a different Slash. And there's a couple of reasons to that. One is that Slash is so much better than this Slash, but that goes without saying. In fact, uh, as much as I love this figure, um, as much as I love the character of Slash, I will say this: if you have to get a Slash figure, this is probably the one that you want to skip. This one is from the Turtles in Time video game, and this is made by NECA. NECA have since made several other Slash action figures, and every one of them better than this one. And of course, the one from Super 7 is so much better than this one as well. By the way, I got a new light base for photography, and so I can't really tell if it's on or not. I hope it's on, and I hope this works. So maybe someone watching this can give me a bit of a feedback how the lighting is for this. Supposedly, this is the light base people use for displaying their trophies and action figures, and have a whole cluster of little LED lights in the base. And uh, so I hope this works. Uh, right now, I have the light pretty much in front of Slash, and Slash is standing on the base, so the cluster of light is in front of his feet. So I hope this looks okay. I really don't know jack shit about lighting for photography and stuff like that. So uh, any kind of feedback is appreciated. So anyway, back to Slash. The number one reason I got a different Slash is this one's, well, I don't want to say this one sucks, but comparing to all the other ones, this one sucks. On its own, if it's the only Slash action figure out there, it's not a bad figure. It has a few issues, but it's not bad, which is why I got it. Because back when I bought it, I think it was 2017, 2018, I didn't know if NECA was ever going to release a better Slash. So when they released this one, I thought, crap, I love Slash so much. This might be the only one, so I might as well get it while it's easy to get. Because as some of you might know, especially those of you here in Canada, getting NECA Ninja Turtle figures is annoyingly difficult. Like they have some of their figures only available in Target, some of their figures only available in Walmart, I believe, and only a select few is available elsewhere. Well, here in Canada, we don't have a lot of Walmart, and we don't have Target, as far as I know. So getting NECA uh, Ninja Turtle usually means we have to pay through the roof. Like for you guys, it might be a $30 figure. For by the time we can track one down, it turns to an $80 figure, and that's without even factoring conversion or exchange rate. Okay, so I bought this one thinking that it might be the only Slash figure they would ever make, and they surprised me. They made two new Slashes that were all bigger and better, but because I already got this one, so I was stubborn. I didn't want to get them. But when Super 7 came up with their Slash, and then that Slash got discounted down to $18, that became a no-brainer. Okay, a better Slash, a bigger Slash, so much more accessory for $18. This guy here was like 30, what, 32? I think he was 32 bucks. Might be 30. You're not cheap. Okay. Uh, and you really don't get a lot for your buck in this case, unfortunately. Okay. So anyway, that's my long-winded way of saying, if you can avoid it, if you want the Slash figure, don't get this one. Get the other one. Get the Super 7 one. Get the Adventure of, get the Archie comic one or Adventure of Slash one. Uh, Anyone but this one, okay? This one is not a good investment at this point. There's so many better options out there. A lot of them constantly get discounted cheaper than this one. Unless you have a video game display and you like the color on this one because it is pretty unique. This one has a 8-bit uh, pixelated look. It feels just like any regular action figure, but paint-wise, it's painted to look like a 8-bit video game. Um, it's mostly built on the same body as the Ninja Turtles NECA has released. Even the head is very similar. The difference is it has a much more aggressive, mad expression. It is mostly gray and white turtle with spikes all over him. This is trademark of Slash. And he has like these claws, blades, like Shredder style blades strapped to his hand. He has like throwing knives. Are these throwing knives strapped to his arm? Maybe. Uh, yeah, are those? I don't know if those are shoulder armors or throwing knives. And on the belt, you see his symbol. Uh, some skull and crossbone on the belt. There's some pouches, grenades. None of it's removable. It's not like the Super 7 one. I think for this figure, uh, oh yeah, and of course it has claws on its feet, not like regular turtles. Spikes on the knee joint. But overall, it's very similar to one of the regular Ninja Turtles, which is one of the disappointment. It has kind of like a navy blue bandana on its head. Uh, the shoulder pad, knee pad, I think gloves, they're purple, and the rest of the armor is the gray and white. The skin of this particular turtle is green, almost blue. I think almost blue. Uh, I just noticed out now they omitted his tail. Yeah, they didn't give him a tail, which is an oversight because Slash usually is portrayed with a tail, and they didn't give him one. But I think most of the amazing work on this figure is this shell. Um, all these spikes and cracks and line work on the shell. Definitely, the shell make him seem bulkier than the other turtles, but he's basically the same size as all the other turtles, uh, which is a mistake because Slash is usually portrayed much bigger than all the other turtles. Now, just in case you're not up to date on who exactly is this weird looking turtle, so Slash has several different origins. Almost like every time he got released, they change him up. So in the comic book, I believe he's a turtle from Dimension X. So he's like an alien turtle that got summoned to Earth by Crane and Shredder. On the cartoon, he was a pet turtle by Rocksteady and Bebop and got mutated by accident, sort of like Rather and Tonka in the movie. Um, in the video game, however, he's just this weird prehistoric turtle. Like the part where you met him was in this prehistoric, like several million years ago. So he's called a prehistoric Turtlesaurus. That's his role in the video game. They didn't really explain what he's is about or anything like that. Uh, in some parts, I believe it's in the Archie comic, he even redeemed himself and eventually became one of the good guys. Uh, but he's one of the more violent good guys. Has a definite violent tendency, even worse than Raphael. And he's basically a turtle that masters in every kind of weapon. Like unlike the Ninja Turtles, where one of them's good with swords, the other one's with nunchucks, the other one with bow staff, Slash is good with everything: claws, sword, knives, scythe, throwing stars, anything. He's like a Swiss Army knife of Ninja Turtles. Okay, that's pretty cool. I remember the first time I came across Slash was he just did a nosedive off the light base. Uh, Luckily, he is pretty sturdy. Let me move him in a little bit. The first time I came across Slash was when I was a child. I was like 9 years old. This was like 1989, 1990, and uh, I was like most kids at the time, seriously into Ninja Turtle. But because I didn't have a lot of money and I didn't have an allowance, like my siblings, they got allowance, but I didn't. Um, so for me to save up to get a Ninja Turtle was a big deal. Like I would only be able to afford one, even though they were like $3 each. But I would only be able to afford one every few months by selling uh, and trading hockey cards and stuff like that. I had a nice little business selling and trading hockey cards to make some money. And one of the figures I got was Slash. And I remember I didn't even know his story. I didn't care. I got him out of the package, and I was like, "Whoa, holy crap! This turtle is cool." Like all the other turtles feel the same. Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, if you take their belt and weapon away and you put them in my hand, they all feel the same. I wouldn't be able to tell you which one's which. But Slash, I can always identify Slash. Even if I don't know it's Slash, you hand me a package and I open it and I would instantly be able to identify Slash because he's so unique with the spiked shell and the um, claw. and his hands and feet and his more brutal, muscular proportion and all that stuff. So I had a lot of nostalgic feeling towards that Slash I had as a kid. I don't know whatever happened to him. Uh, he came with like 4 or 5 weapons, and he was a bulky, spiny, scary turtle, and I loved him. So it's one of those action figures that, as I grew up, kept thinking, wow, I really miss my Slash action figure. Like I wish someone would make a Slash action figure again. So you can imagine that when NECA announced the Turtles in Time video games uh, line, and I was able to get them. I already mentioned how hard it is to get NECA Ninja Turtles here in Canada, but I was able to get the Turtles in Time figure, and there's a Slash in there. I was so excited. I just went ahead and bought it. And unfortunately, after I got him out of the package, I was disappointed, like big time, because this does not feel like that original Slash that I remember from my childhood. This one on the right is more uh, like what I remembered from when I was a child. Now, some of you may say, so how come we are looking at the worst one, the one that you don't like so much? How come we don't look at the Super 7 one today? Well, mostly because I just showed him a couple months ago when I came back from California, and I spent a lot of time uh, taking photos of him, and I am a little bit uh, tired of him at this point. It's like an overexposure by him. So I decided to look at the other one, which I haven't looked at for quite a long time because I don't like him as much, and he was a big disappointment. But yeah, that's why we're looking at the inferior one today. Now, while the original Slash in 1990 came with a whole load of equipment, and the Super 7 one also came with a whole lot of accessory, this one, again, big disappointment, only came with his uh, twisty, crisp style sword, uh, like it's almost shaped like a snake. It's like a snake sword, and this weird grenade that I don't think he ever used in a video game or a cartoon, so I don't know why they gave him a grenade rather than all the other weapons that he actually used. He doesn't even have like alternate hand, alternate head, or stuff like that. That's just not, you don't get much with this action figure, despite him being a little bit pricey. As far as articulation goes, there's nothing really all that groundbreaking. Some of his joints are pretty stiff right out of the box, so please warm him up, and otherwise you run the risk of breaking something because it's NECA after all. I know, NECA has pretty much redeemed themselves, and their stuff don't break like they used to, but still, a while ago I just accidentally broke my Dungeons and Dragons Grimsword's ankle while posing him. So yeah, the danger is still there when you handle NECA action figures. If the joints feel too stiff, don't force it. Don't think. Don't try to think that, oh, I think if I lean it against the table and push down, because what you're going to have here is this, and then you are going to go, son of a bitch, and now you are going to go look for super glue or stuff like that, and cursing yourself for trying to force the joints. Okay, don't force the joints on this guy. Um, like I said, out of the box, it's kind of stiff, but once you soften him up, I mean, the head can kind of nod up and down. The range is ridiculous. There's nothing, hardly any range. You can turn the head left, right. Uh, I think they should have made the head able to come forward. That would be nice. so he can thrust his jaw forward. So the shoulder, this is the part that you have to watch. The shoulder has this piece that glued on. When you move the shoulder, this is going to buff up against the spike on the shell. So if you feel some resistance, make sure you don't force it because this will come off. If you force it, this is going to fall off, right? The shoulder technically can go in and out, up and down. There's a bicep swivel. There's a elbow bend about uh, just about 90 degree. No double joints or anything. There's a wrist bend. Hardly any in or out motion with the wrist though. And be careful of those claws. They might break. They're a little delicate. This arm, basically the same thing. Elbow, shoulder, swivel. There's actually a ball joint in the body, but it's hidden under the shell, so it doesn't do shit really. Like, and it's not supposed to. I mean, it's a turtle. It's not supposed to be able to do Spider-Man. The hip is weird. It's like both legs are mounted on the same post. When you move one leg, the other leg moves. This is strange. I don't know what's going on here, but I mean you can move them individually, but if you just move one, the other one will move like that. Um, Pretty decent, almost a full split. I'm getting some resistance. I'm going to stop forcing it. Knee joint, 90-degree knee bend. There's a there's a bit of a side swivel, but not much. It's very, very stiff. Ankle, go forward and back, rock left and right a little bit, and turn left and right. Um, so you are able to get it into some nice turtle poses, uh, but due to the construction and stiffness, it can't get into that many poses. Okay, but again, it's a big, spiky, bulky turtle. There's only so much it can do realistically. Even the Super 7 one can't really accomplish that much more in the articulation uh, department. And for me, that's okay. That's okay. Um, I still remember back in the 90s when we got our Ninja Turtle figures, and they all only had like basically 7 points of articulation, wrist, shoulder, hips, and head. And we had great fun with them, even then. So, this having elbow and knee bend and then be able to uh, move around the way they do, it's fine. It's fine. It's Ninja Turtle. I'll make an exception for that. Um, so now there's really not much more to say about this guy. He's very generic, very standard, um, built on most of the same Ninja Turtle body. I have Leonardo there in the background. We'll bring him forward. Oops, the foot soldier just fell over. So we have the foot soldier over there, and in the background. Let me bring Leonardo over. So here we have Leonardo right beside Slash. Both of them are from the Turtles in Time series, and yeah, you can see that basically the same figure, basically the same size. I mean, Slash has a bulkier shell, but you know, basically they're the same. They're the same. Um, which again, Slash is supposed to be massive compared to the rest of the turtles, so this is not good. Um, while we are here, we're going to bring that foot soldier that's been giving me so much grief because he keeps falling over forward. This is also from Turtles in Time. Uh, we're going to move Leonardo over to the background, and we're going to move Slash here to the left, and we'll bring our foot soldier forward. Well, look at that! Look at that! This foot soldier is so annoying because he unlike Slash, even though they're from the same wave, they're from the same set. The foot soldier has loose ass joints, like his hips are really loose. So Slash has joints that are too tight, and the foot soldier has loose joints that he doesn't stand very well. But now that I have him standing, you guys can see on the screen how big the foot soldier is compared to Slash. I don't think that's supposed to be the case. I think Slash is always supposed to be bigger than the foot soldier, not so much smaller like this. Moving that foot soldier out of the way, we are going to bring another Turtles in Time figure forward. This is Rocksteady in pirate costume. And look at that, like Rocksteady is massive, massive comparing to Slash. Again, I don't think that is supposed to be the right scale. I don't think Rocksteady is that much bigger than Slash. Unless that's the way that it was in the video game. Those of you that played the game, let me know if this is supposed to be accurate. I mean, I'm going off of how Slash has been in comic books and cartoon, as Slash has always been a hulking brute. But maybe in the video game he was smaller. But those of you that remember the game can let me know. So that's it, guys. A quick look at this not so good version of Slash, my favorite turtle by NECA. I'm usually a big fan of NECA, and honestly, on its own, it's not a bad action figure. But when you release this guy and then you release two other Slash that are so much better, I am not happy with you. I feel like I wasted my money on this one. So anyway, thank you for being here, and we'll be back again tomorrow for some Fitness Friday.